I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on? What's going on?
Harlem is gonna Harlem, so we got some beats in the background.
There we go.
As long as it's not Scott Steiner ruin the podcast, because we can't stand him. But other than that, we have our verdict this week of In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege Tale, 2007, directed by Uwe Boll.
One of the two movies we have back to back.
Unfortunate. This one is starring Jason Statham as Farmer, Lily Sobieski, I guess, as Morella. We just gonna skip people because I'm sorry, you guys. Ron Perlman's in the movie as Norik. Christina Loken, aka Blurrin, is back as Elora. She's like the queen of the Forest Girls.
That just came out of nowhere. I'm like, hey, I'm here with the adventure.
Out of the trees.
I'm here for
Ray
the shit.
Liotta is your big bad guy in this one as Galleon.
Yeah.
And Matthew Lillard is Duke Fallow. We should also say that Burt Reynolds is the king.
Yeah.
In this movie. But he's just kind of like a stand around and look cool kind of character.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to what he actually has to say, it's pretty much like he's just reading some King Arthur stuff. So it's not
With
great.
a southern accent. With a Texas accent.
He's trying to hide it. Do you have any other news or little bits and pieces before we get into this?
So I'll run into Power Rangers Lightning Collections. They did a Hasbro Friday, and they announced the Wave 6, which is Tommy the Red Zeo Ranger, Zack the Black Ranger with no shield, with a new hair do, I guess. A Goldar with no wings, with a new lightning piece, and Ashley the Space Ranger.
Do they all come in new boxes?
Same design box. It's just they're just a new wave. I'm a little disappointed. I have a thing with Lightning Collections repeating figures. I don't mind if you do it one per set, but if you're doing two figures, that's half the set. But it is not much of a difference either. Like Goldar with no wings. You could take the wings off of Goldar.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
So someone told. All right. So I was looking at it. This was before we did. We attempted the cast on Sunday. Someone was telling me. So on Monday, someone was telling me, "Yo, you could just take the wings off Goldar," and I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, they pop off."
Wow, I did not know that.
And I was like, "Wow!" So they fucking just pop the wings off and like not giving them back to you, kind of thing.
They put a little piece of silly putty inside in the hole.
But I'm a sucker. I pre-order all of them, so I'm a little disappointed.
Did it just come together? Like, could you choose not to get him?
I could choose not to get him, but it's part of the set, and then I'll just be angry because I didn't complete the set.
Do you get like a set price?
Yeah. It's like about $10. It's about $10 cheaper when you order in group.
Okay.
Yeah. So they announced that, and then they I pretty much waiting. I'm waiting on like two things coming in. The Rita Z box set from GameStop, and Putty Patrol that's coming from Hasbro Pulse.
What is that? Like a set with two?
Yes, it has two putties.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of annoyed with that too. It's just like.
Yeah, again, I thought it would have been better if they would have had the Z one as the second one.
But I guess they did it because then you have three. So now you have a total of three putties because one comes with the Tommy. The Green Ranger, so it makes it a different way.
Listen, I'm not trying to say they don't know how to tie things in, but if you've played the recent Power Ranger fighting game, Battle for the Grid, excuse me,
Yeah.
you will know that Lord Zed has a move where he summons a putty.
Yeah.
It probably would have been in their best interest to make Lord Zed come with a Z putty. I'm just saying.
Or like at least the chess piece that you can put on the putty.
That you can put on. But I'm just saying. There's a little brand recognition.
Yeah, because those were a little lighter than the original putties.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, those are also American-made putties. They're not Japanese putties.
This is true.
Because Zed don't exist in the Super Sentai.
So he's in the original suit and everything?
Yeah, it's all American-made. Yeah.
Wow, they didn't even use a suit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have they ever retroactively put him in?
No.
So that in any of the Japanese stuff, is there ever a Lord Zed looking man doing something?
No.
Really? They just wow. Okay.
Dire Ranger, they were like 3 dominatrix looking people.
Oh, okay.
That was the season that he was supposed to be in. Will be Dire Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, Zed don't exist. It's kind of like the Titanium Ranger too. The Titanium Ranger was made for America, so I'm watching Go-Go 5 now for the Morphin Cast, which is coming sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Go-Go 5, the Titanium Ranger, it doesn't exist in Japan.
What is it? Is it just they just added another person to be there?
Yeah, they added a new Ranger. They made their own Ranger, which the Titanium Ranger is, and he sucked.
Well, here's the thing, right? They don't really go by the storylines of the old shows, do they?
They sometimes they go very close. Like, there's a lot of similarities. Like they do use like the whole for example, the Psycho Ranger, like the 5-part Psycho Ranger thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was the exact same storylines, just different in little ways.
Okay. All right.
Like the whole like CJ playing the chessboard with the Psycho Rangers, and he spray paints everyone blue. That actually happens in the Sentai as well.
Wow.
So there's things they use.
But there are cases where there's nothing alike, right?
Yeah, there's times they're nothing alike, but there's a lot of similarities too.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's all the news I have for the Lightning collection. They didn't add more. I'm still waiting on the Dino Thunder White Ranger, and when he's gonna be released, because he's supposed to be exclusive to Walgreens. So I gotta figure that out.
Oh, wow!
I got my cycles in. I got my Omega Ranger in with the unicycle. I got a shitload of shit in, and right now they're just taking space in my closet because I need a display case. IKEA, I need to have display cases so I can pick them up and start clearing out my closet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all IKEA's fault.
Oh, yeah, that was a shout out. Shout outs to anybody who got those cases.
Yeah.
Where's the hookup?
Exactly. I did. So I got the Rock Band Ranger Turtles. I got the Psycho Rangers in. I got the Omega Rangers in. I've been finding a lot of wrestling figures because this Target near my house been stocking. So I got Razor Ramon. I got Kalisto the other day, which he returned to WWE on Friday.
Welcome back.
Jacked. He got jacked.
You got jacked, boys.
Yeah. And then they did what else I found? I found what was one of the girls? I forgot which one. I buy so much I forget. Anyway. What was I bought? Like there was another person I bought and I completely forgot who it was. Pete Dunne. I bought Pete Dunne.
Oh, okay. Cool.
With the NXT UK title. I was excited for that one. That's a hard one to get. Mm-hmm. Other than that, that's all I got. Yeah, Wave 6. They announced Friday. They announced a bunch of Marvel shit today and yesterday. So, but yeah, I quit Marvel Legends.
Ah, okay.
I quit them because it was too much. Like as much as I complain about the Wave or the Power Rangers, they come out at least every 4 months or 5 months. Marvel Legends literally comes out every fucking month. There's a set like almost every month.
Really? I didn't know that.
There's so many sets. It's like, yo, chill out. Let me catch up. they kind of slowed down because the movies hasn't been coming out. So basically, they usually have sets like lining up with the movies. So luckily, they delayed those a little bit. But you have like the new, seeing that Disney got Fox back. So now they have the X-Men sets. They have the Deadpool sets. They have for all the Fox movies. Then they have their basic legend sets that build the figure thing. They have a Age of Apocalypse one. They have a Venomized one. They have a new Spider-Man one. They have a new Avenger one. They have the Black Widow movie one. They have like so many sets that come out every fucking month. And so it's like so hard. Even if I just pick the guys that I like, it's just so much to come out, and I'm just like, I don't know. I had to stop it. So I ended up selling a lot of my legends. I made good money off of it. So.
Okay. I get that one. There's just so many, and it's so frequent.
It's like the wrestling figures too. Like I kind of like chilled out. Like if there's certain guys that I see and I happen to find, like right now the only one I'm looking for, like I'm kind of interested into finding, just because I got Billy Kay. I want Peyton Royce.
Okay.
I haven't been able to find her yet, so I kind of want Peyton Royce just because I have Billy Kay. I've been actually more on the girls. I've been trying to get the girls more than the guys for some reason. I just like the girls, and they fixed their toy models, so they look a lot better.
Okay, nice.
So yeah.
So they're not like the Lightning Collection, who has ugly women faces, right?
No, they actually do a pretty good job. Like Manny Rose looks like Manny Rose. Like she actually looks really good. Sometimes they fuck up. Sometimes.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the shit show.
Yes, sir. So again, Dungeon Siege Tale. Now this is probably from the video game series Dungeon Siege, which we discussed a little bit about it, so I'll bring it back up. We don't have experience with the game. It's predominantly a PC game.
Yep.
And I'm not really a PC gamer.
Me either.
I mean, I have games on Steam, which is probably like everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But that's not my primary platform of choice.
Yeah.
So I never got used to it. I mean, I've seen the boxes of the original games. You know, when PC games came in those big ass boxes, you would see like an EB or I guess GameStop. No, but like GameStop didn't even sell PC games, did they?
Yeah, they did. They did to about like when I started working in GameStop. That's when they started eliminating them.
Okay, gotcha.
But they used to sell the big box for a while, and then they went mainly to digital for a while, and then they just completely
Yeah, they're completely digital now. I think there are, but they're very, very few and far between for a physical release for anything PC now.
I know it's like more the collector's editions.
Yeah, that's mostly what it is now. Yeah. Yes. So that's pretty much our extent of knowledge to Dungeon Siege as a video game franchise.
Yeah.
We know it exists. That's about it.
Dungeons.
So this movie, I cannot say how accurate it is. So that's like the real issue.
I highly doubt it's accurate. You want to know why it's not accurate? Why? Because Jason Statham is using a broadsword, or like not using a broadsword. He's using some Mongolian sword which has a curved sword. That didn't exist then.
Well, it was probably just his farming knife.
No, he had a boomerang. Well, did he have? He had a boomerang.
And he used it to hit beastmen.
Yeah.
Named the Krug. So I don't know who they are.
This island was like so many different cultures in one, because he was using a Mongolian sword. He was using a boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong when you actually stop to think about it. Yes.
You're not in Australia.
He was literally just a main character just dumped into this land.
Yeah.
Because he could have been anybody. He could have been the prince from Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
He could have been Link. He's just every like, main character.
Like all he needed was a shield chain, and he would be right guard too.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have a hook shot or something. Pretty much. So he's Jason Statham as Farmer.
Yeah.
That's his name.
The Farmer.
There's a little bit about he believes you are what you do, so he's a farmer. That's it. His best friend is Ron Perlman's character. who's you find out he's a little more than he seems.
Yeah.
But to them, he's just an old man who likes to crack wise.
Yeah.
And I got, he's pretty close with the family, so they actually show that him having dinner with his kids,
Oh, okay.
with his kid, so, like early on.
Yeah.
So they try to, I'll give the movie credit. It's not like terribly acted, but there are characters who are in prominent positions in this movie.
Yeah.
That they just don't, they don't do it for me. They really don't. Burt Reynolds in this movie is like, he's just here.
He was doo-doo.
He was here. That's it. Matthew Lillard, he was just going nuts. He was hamming it up.
He was fucking high as shit.
The entire, I think they were giving him real wine on the set.
He was like,
Cause he nailed that. He nailed that alcoholic, with the wine. He was a wino on set. No rumors. We're not gonna confirm that he was a wino on set, but yeah, that's pretty much what his character was.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's not really anything spectacular. Just so we have the farmer, we have his friend, his kid is there. They're picking up turnips, and it basically leads to like they go into town, and that's so he goes into town. The wife goes to barter, right?
Yep.
So the reason he's even involved in the main plot of the story is because the king comes to the town that he's at.
Yeah.
And they have a decree because the entire land is under attack by the Krugs. But where the wife went is where the Krugs are actually attacking first. So, they fear for the wife and the family, because the wife's mother and father get dealt with.
Yeah.
The brother, he looks like the Witcher for some reason, like extremely like the Witcher, which I think is not a coincidence. And that's the homeboy. What's his name? What's his name? Will? Yeah, Will Sanderson.
Yeah.
He's the dude that's been just about you said except for Postal.
Postal and Far Cry. He's not in Far Cry.
He's not in Far Cry.
Which is our next movie.
I think this is his last movie.
Okay.
Of the Uwe Boll series.
Yeah,
So
you got tired of shit.
But yeah, maybe.
I'm fed up with your shit.
He's like, your
Shitty
movie
movies.
sucks. He's like, your movie suck. I'm tired of it,
You
man.
ruined my acting career.
But anyway, yes, Will Sanderson is in the movie. Uwe Boll faithful will recognize him.
Yeah. Sadly, we do.
Yeah.
We are not faithful, but sadly, we do.
Oh man, sure though. But and you know what? Listen, there's more, because we say Christina Loken,
Yeah.
aka Blood Rain, the star of one of his. I think that might be the biggest movie he did.
Blood Rain?
I think it might have made the most money. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I do
think it
know it's
grossed
probably the
most.
one that most people know him for.
Yeah.
I would say people don't really know him for this movie, right? Not
Yeah.
really. So she's his biggest star, so she's in this movie. Again, it's pretty forgettable. It's not badly acted. I like the action, but here's what the problem with this movie is: they managed to make me not really care about Jason Statham kicking ass,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because he's really good at it.
And that's all he does.
And like, how do you make it just kind of inconsequential? It looked like this movie, like you mentioned it before, that this is basically a sci-fi movie, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? 100%, this is what this feels like. This is not even like Postal, which it at least was making some points and trying to be out there. This is just trying to be an epic movie, an epic one of these, like a grand adventure. We got knights, we got monster men, we have magic, which Ray Liotta is a terrible wizard. Terrible. Like, nothing about him at all says wizard. He still seems like a gangster. Like,
Yeah.
come on, and like, get out of here.
Mafia.
No range. Sorry, dude. And Uwe loves his Matrix, and there's tons of cuts, and there's plenty of slow-mo flying at the end of the movie in a ridiculous fight scene. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's worth it to see it just to see Ray Liotta in the Matrix pose. But this is not a spoof.
Yeah.
Like that's why this is bad.
Yeah.
It takes itself way too serious.
Yeah. This is not a joke movie. They're serious about everything they're doing on this.
There's a few scenes that just make me check out. There's the rope scene towards the end where Christina Loken's character, the forest elf, I think, forest person, lady that lives in a tree. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't remember she came onto the scene. Like I remember her just popping up. Like, oh shit, that's the chick from Blur Rain. That's I introduced her.
Just crawled out of a tree. So she's all woodsy and stuff, and I guess she has magical powers because there's a scene where her character slingshots Jason Statham onto the side of a mountain via a rope that's hooked onto something clearly in a different direction. Well, the way they're supposed to make you suspend your belief but stay in the realms of this world's reality, which clearly has no rules. So I should have not been expecting that to make sense.
Yeah.
But shame on me. But you have to see this scene. And it insulted my intelligence. It just was like, yeah, this is how we're going to do it. Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, you got like slingshot into the castle, right?
You know how strong she would have to be for that to work? She would have had to have the strength of like the Hulk to kick off of the side of the mountain to push them as like I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah.
There's
I'm not no way you weigh a ton for him to fly.
And it's just like, yeah, and it's just like to send him as far as he went mad far.
And how he live?
Yeah, that's the other thing. How he slammed into the side of a mountain and not slip to his death. Come on. And his character throughout the movie, and Merc, you remember, you brought this up to me. He wore no armor in any fight.
No, he wore his farmer suit.
He wore his farmer suit. He literally wore the same bit of clothing the entire movie, which is actually pretty funny.
The funk of a farmer. That's what defeats people.
I believe it. So his character pretty much doesn't even exist in the realm of these guys. He's on godhood because everything he does, every fight he just wins. It's not even close.
Yeah.
He never gets damaged in a way where you ever think he's gonna be down and out. Like, they don't even do that with his character. That's the funny thing. You think there's gonna have a scene where he gets damaged and he's hurt and he has to lick his wounds and come back stronger. No, most it is like somebody scratches his shirt.
Yeah,
I think, and he gets a cut on his chest and he just looks cool, but he continues to whoop ass. So his character just nothing bad ever happens.
He has star power.
Except his child dies, which I guess is like. It's kind of like this movie kind of goes, all right, dude. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your kid, but we're going to make you a god. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Because, like, from the moment his son is killed, he just becomes a one-man army.
Yeah.
Almost literally a one-man army.
And you know what bothered me the most until the end? They're like, oh, we can make another kid.
Oh yeah, how they try to conveniently wipe that away.
I'm like, y'all don't even have memory of your own kid. God damn, dude, you just did all this shit for your kid, and now all of a sudden you don't forget his ass.
And
fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, the best character I feel is her name is Muriella. She's the wizard's daughter that for some reason they have her as the princess of the castle.
Yeah.
They don't explain that. That's weird.
Yeah.
And she's sleeping with Ray Liotta's character, but he's really tricking her because she wanted to learn how to use magic from a real magician.
Yeah.
So why not learn from a sorcerer?
Yeah.
And he is using her to taint the bloodline to actively shift the balance of power. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing that her father explains to her. So she has like nuance and growth. Like, you see her training and that her sword skills are as good as the captain of the guard, which is like, all right. So she's a magician and she's a master swordswoman, and she's got this complex relationship with a sorcerer, and she does nothing.
Yeah.
She does like two things the entire movie. She's almost literally like, is a MacGuffin just a plot device to fix everything?
Probably.
I think that's what she is. She's like, she's a convenient thing that's there in the movie. It's like because literally she only comes in handy at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, when there's like the world-ending threat, we're just gonna make sure we have her to insert into the story. Oh yeah, don't forget about her. Yeah, don't pretend that she wasn't here the entire time. So if we had listened to her and let her do it, everything might have ended up fine, because she probably could have kicked everybody's ass. But no, she's a woman, so you know how they do.
Yep.
And so this is kind of like that story. You see that happen, and it's like, but they're not trying to make a point. It just happens. So it's like whatever. Yeah. So anyway, not great. It's not as bad as a lot of people say, but I will say it doesn't earn its 2-hour time. And it is not even 2 hours. It lies.
It felt like 2 hours.
Yes, it feels like 2 hours, but it's like an hour 53 or something. So
It felt longer than that.
I mean, that's long anyway. An hour and it felt like the movie ended. We agreed on that before.
Yeah.
Because like it literally had an ending. There was like, okay, if you end it here, you can have a part 2. Clearly.
Yeah.
But you're not hurting me at an hour. And I'm willing to go with this. This is before that crazy mountain scene too. So I was willing to go with the movie.
Yeah, it was like after the big war scene, and I think Burt Reynolds' character got stabbed or some shit.
Yeah, he got shot by Shaggy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was the end, and I was just like, okay, that's it. All right, I'm fine with that. And then I see there was another 50 minutes to go, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty much how you'll feel if you watch this movie.
This
What?
movie. Yeah.
There's more?
I would give it an excuse if it was like a straight to sci-fi movie, but it was a theatrical movie, so you get no excuse for that.
Yeah.
So what, you review it?
I gave it a 2.
I think I gave it the same, or I gave it like a 1.75 or something.
But I will say it's not a bad movie. It's just it needed to be edited to hell and back. If you took out a half an hour of this movie, it'd probably be a decent movie.
Yeah. And the bullshit flying a canopy.
Oh, that's so stupid.
So so I have your ranking here. You put it at 17. So our ranking so far, we have Mortal Kombat as number 1. Number 2 is Super Mario for me, DOA for you. Number 3 is DOA for me, Super Mario for you. Double Dragon is number 4. Street Fighter is number 5. Pulse is number 6. Resident Evil 2 for me, he's number 7. Tomb Raider 7 for you. 8 is Doom. 8 for you is Resident Evil 2. 9 is Tomb Raider, the first Tomb Raider, and Doom for you. 10 is Resident Evil Extinction. 11 is Silent Hill. 12 is Resident Evil. 13 is Tomb Raider 2. 14 is Wing Commander. 15 is House of the Dead. 16 is Blood Rain. 17 is Name of the King. 18 is MK2 for me, Alone in the Dark for you. 19 is Hitman. And 20 is Alone in the Dark for me, and MK2 for you.
Yes, sir.
So next week we do have another Rainbow special. We have Far Cry.
Oh, man. I wonder if it'll be so bad it's good.
Let's hope. I like Far Cry. I like some of the games, so I'm hoping it's decent.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess we keep this short.
I'll just put it this way. If anything, so far from watching these Uwe Boll movies, is that aside from House of the Dead, no. House of the Dead even has some charm to it. Aside from Alone in the Dark, they're not so bad they made me go, oh, I can't watch this. Alone in the Dark is really bad.
I think they're bad in the point that it's like, why did this make theaters?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not in the point. It's not bad in the point that it's like, okay, if it was like straight to DVD or sci-fi, I think it would be accepted a lot more.
Yeah, that
But
makes 110%
Yeah,
more
but
sense.
the fact that you're trying to charge me $16 to go see this bullshit, no,
Mm-hmm. You're right.
that's the problem.
You're right. So
All right, wrap this
that's
up.
it. Yes. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better by Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us and listen and watch anywhere and everywhere. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud as well, where you can hear the Wrestling Babble podcast,
Yes.
as well as the many other podcasts we have.
Yes,
Not a
yes.
Striking, the Games and Rage, so many podcasts.
Yes.
Well, so we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Tumblr, we have what else? We have the WordPress as well,
WordPress.
and the Facebook group. So yes, sir. So where you at, Mark?
Follow me on social media: Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram. No, I said Instagram. Twitch TV and YouTube, all Merc with the Mic, as in Merc with the Mic on YouTube right now. Follow also our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble page and our Red Cyclone page. We're very active on there as well. Follow our other casts of what he said, the Game of Rage, the Shell Shock, the Morphin Cast, and another Trekkie. We'll have new episodes sometime soon. And check out the past episodes. We did a shoot the shit for the prequels, and we also did the for Not a Trekkie, and we did our first review of the Michael Bay Turtles movie. So definitely check those out. Please like, subscribe, share, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 6 feet, please. Don't touch that sandwich.
Don't have him eat a 6-foot sandwich. He will.
He will, and then it's your job to knock it out of his hand.
Yeah. Because he will
He gonna-
say that is the social distancing sandwich. All right, peace out, laters.
Peace.